All right, so it's 2020, which means this game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, has been out for 5 years now. It came out in 2015, and I started playing it on Christmas Day 2015. There's a story for that, but I'm not going to tell it right now. Anyhow, I was just looking through their forums just just to see like their old stuff, and there's this one, like an announcement from when they launched this game, and I just thought, given this is the 5 years, it's kind of practical to I don't know, talk about this, or not talk about it, but just kind of showcase it, like, the 5 year, looking back. So anyways, they put Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes now available for mobile from EA. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes now. Okay, I just read that. Collect characters spanning the Star Wars universe in a strategy-rich collectible character RPG. Redwood City, California, November 24th, 2015. November 24th. That's cool to know because I never knew when it exactly was. I knew it was sometime in the 20s, but I wasn't sure what it was, so it's the 24th. Starting today, players can collect, fight, and dominate in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes from Electronic Arts Incorporated, NASDAQ EA, and Lucasfilm Limited. The game challenges players to collect iconic characters from every corner of the Star Wars universe, build powerful teams, and craft cunning strategies to battle through memorable locations. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is free to download and available today in the App Store and Google Play. Then you got this interview with John Solera, who was the executive producer on this game. He says, "We created a game for Star Wars and RPG fans where you can mix and match your favorite characters from across all the films and TV shows, creating squads with heroes from both the light and dark sides. The game is simple to control but has incredible depth and breadth. You can strategize on which characters complement each other most, then make your custom teams more powerful with new gear and loot you win from battles on all the planets and epic locations that you love anytime, anywhere." It's actually kind of funny because this game wasn't really that deep then. I mean, when this first came out, there was not ships. There was one raid, just the Rancor. There was no mods. I think the gear level cap was 10. Gear 10 was max. The levels, I always saw something. There was always an update I see in my inbox that says levels increased to 75. But I started playing the game after 1 month. So either they had 70 as the cap for less than a month, or it was just a weird thing that was just always showing up. But I don't know. I know at one point at least the max level was 75. Then it went to 80, and now obviously it's 85. But yeah, what else was in the game at the time? Obviously a lot less characters. They talked about it themselves. They only had like 60 characters at launch, and now they have over 200. What else wasn't in the game? No ships, no territory battles, no territory wars, no galactic challenges, no... a lot less events. Like now you got all those ones for the Zetas and stuff that'll pop up, assault battles and blah blah blah. There's a lot less of those. Yeah, so it's just funny because it says all this stuff like, they make it sound like it's super robust, and it's like it was a fairly robust game, but not that robust. Like now it's a lot. Like I think, man, a new player now would suck. I know I'm making a new account. Well, not a new account, but yeah, it's a new account. I'm thinking of the channel. Yeah, new account. My Darth Sidious Clark Jr. that I do. And that's just to try to see, like, what I can get quickly and kind of serve as, like, a guide for actual new players. But I'm like, man, being a new player would suck. There's just so much to try to catch up on now. Like, I remember when Ships came out. That was a year into the game. That was November 2016. And, like, it was just kind of overwhelming. It was like, oh my, geez, I'm still trying to work on getting characters. I think during those days I was still trying to get Emperor Palpatine. And now they're throwing ships at me, and it's like, oh my, now there's so much I gotta try to collect and farm and blah, blah, blah. Now I got 2 arenas to deal with, and ugh. And that was just that. Look how much more they've added since, so. Anyhow, back to the story of this launch post, memo, whatever. Players are challenged to become legendary Holotary masters as they collect characters from the original trilogy and prequels to Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars The Force Awakens. From Luke Skywalker and Darth Maul to Ahsoka Tano and Count Dooku, each character has powerful, upgradable attacks and abilities to help players build powerful teams to dominate in strategic turn-based combat. Missions span a variety of iconic worlds, including Hoth, Bespin, Tatooine, Coruscant, and more. Players can also test their collection and strategy against other players in ranked PvP battles. Force Awakens, it's funny because Force Awakens came out on Christmas Day 2015, and that's why I started playing this game, because I used to be a huge Star Wars fan, and then it kind of fell off. You know, I was a kid, and then I turned into an adult, and I was in college, and Star Wars wasn't for me anymore. But then there was nothing to do on Christmas Day, so I went to the theaters and saw this movie, and I was like, oh my word, this movie was sick! And became a Star Wars fan again. And then I went home and was like, I want to find a Star Wars game. So I was browsing, found this, boom, bam, done, been playing it ever since. It's funny because if I didn't go... When we were supposed to go to the movies, it was actually my mom's idea, and I didn't even want to see Star Wars. I was like, I don't care anymore. Maybe there'll be something else there I'll watch. You can see Star Wars, I'll see something else. But when we got there wasn't anything good. So I ended up just going along with Star Wars. And it's funny because it's like, if my mom didn't have the idea to go to the theaters, because she got the idea because we were sitting around just watching TV and a commercial came up, and she's like, why don't we do something? Why don't we just go see that? So if we weren't sitting around watching TV, or that commercial didn't happen to play, or my mom was okay with staying home, or, you know, there was a different movie that I wanted to see, there's a lot of things that could have happened that would have had me not see Force Awakens. And then what would have happened is I would have never played this game. I wouldn't have went home later and downloaded this. I wouldn't have cared. And it's just funny how that one thing, just going to see a movie, and now I got 5 years deep into this stupid game. But anyway, yeah, so it's saying, that's another thing I was doing. Each character has powerful, upgradable attacks and abilities. And that's another thing that I was thinking from these days to now, you know, there was a lot of these characters have been reworked. Now there's Zetas and stuff. Like the Luke, when, you know, this is Farm Boy they're talking about here. And now look, since Farm Boy, they've added 3 more. CLS, Jedi Knight, which was recent, and Galactic Legends, which was recent. So it went from 1 Luke to 4 Lukes. This 1 Luke that they had now has 2 Zetas, which is goofy, but... And then Count Dooku, he's been massively reworked. He had 4 moves, now he has 5, and then his moves he had have been reworked as well. He's got a Zeta. A lot of changes here. Anyways, so now it says, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes launches with more than 60 collectible characters and will grow and evolve over time with the Star Wars universe. For more information, please visit that website. Like EA Star Wars on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and watch on YouTube. Watch on YouTube? What was there to watch? I know now there's a lot, because there's, you know, the people that, the content creators. But during these days, what was there? Was EA making videos about Galaxy of Heroes? They must have been. Who else was? Yeah. Always when things say with more than and they give a number, what does that even mean? Like, this says with more than 60 collectible characters. What was it, 62? Like, how many more than? You know, how many more than? I always think that's goofy when things do that. Like, it's like, you know, I got my daughter this magic trick kit, and I think it says, with over 120 tricks to learn. It's like, okay, so how many? 121? Like, how many over? You couldn't just make it a roundabout, like 125, and just say with 125 tricks to learn? Like, I don't know. Or is it 125 and you thought it would sound cooler to say over 120? I don't know. Anyhow, though, I just wanted to capture this. It's kind of cool. Their launch ad, or whatever you want to say. Launch. What is the word I'm looking for? Launch post? Launch media? Launch memo? I don't know. 5 years, though. It's weird because they always talk about it gets shut down, and I'm like, games don't shut down, do they? I don't know. I mean, maybe they don't shut down, but they just stop getting supported. Star Wars, at least, is still being supported. Because I used to play a game, Happy, I don't know how to say it, Haypi Monster. And it used to be really good. And unfortunately, that's the only game I actually ever put real money into. I only did it once because the offer was awesome. They were giving you a lot of stuff, and it was... the price to what you were getting ratio was good. You were getting a lot of stuff for the money. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I played that game a lot before I started playing Star Wars. And so I did it one time, and like the game was good, and then it just kind of fell off out of nowhere. It's like they stopped supporting it. They had these updates that were like downgrades that made the game so much worse, and then it was like they weren't supporting it anymore. They made money, and then it's like they were content, like, yeah, whatever. We don't care anymore. We got what we set out to do. So I'm pretty sure it's still on the App Store, which means it must be still playable, but it's just not fun. Unless they've updated it. I haven't played the game in, I don't know, 5 years? Probably ever since I started playing this one. I quit that one, so I don't know what it's like now, but at least that's what Star Wars has going for it. It's still supported. They're still adding new stuff. Yeah, granted, it's annoying. They're focusing on whales and krakens, but I guess at the same time, at least it's, they're staying with it. They're doing things, keeping up to date, adding new characters, new events, new game modes, new this, new that, hiring new people like Doja Fett and stuff. Well, actually, he wasn't hired. He's already there, but like moving him around, promoting people. Well, hopefully here's to another 5 years or more. I mean, the only reason I'm really invested in this game is just because I put so much time and effort into it as it is. All along that I've played it, I get all the bonus energy. I've always participated in raids. I mean, now raids are different. We sim them, and but during the days when that wasn't the case yet, I had to participate in the raids, and I would, and I got all my bonus energy and everything. And I've been super diligent over these past 5 years, so to that regard, that's why I want the game to keep going. I don't want this to be a waste of my time, all this time I put into it, and then it's just like, oh, game's being shut down, and it's like, wow, that sucks. Wasted all that time of my life for nothing. I've even started this channel, so if the game stopped, then what do I do? I have a Star Wars channel. I mean, I guess I could just convert it to Star Wars in general and just talk about Star Wars stuff, but I don't really think I have much Star Wars stuff to talk about. At least this game helps. Anyway, that's about it. Just rambling on now, so until the next one, you already know. I said see ya!